not, yeah, because the information I'm going to share could get someone fired, so I don't want to do that.
Okay. But I knew it would be juicy.
Oh,
It's always juice.
You always come back with the juice, Mr. Harding.
oh, come on. This one is.
Okay, we're live and good to go.
Okay, we are live and we are good to go. I'm just going to share my screen. If I can get the hosting rights there, please, Mr. Ninja. So I just request. Oh, yeah. Can you make me co-host? Co-host. Co-host. So I can share.
Yeah, Sandra, could you make Michael the co-host on this one, please?
Oh, St. John's.
Thank you.
There we go. Boom. And we are. There we go. Live. Okay, so let's just go straight to the disclaimer. So, ladies and gentlemen, and girls and cats and dogs. All of our content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets, or place any trades. Please do your own research. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor, or independently research and verify all and any information you may find on our show that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with risk. Please do your own research. We're not financial advisors and do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, we are working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you're unable to mitigate your risk, then please contact us immediately so we can refer you to an accredited advisor. So the reason for this episode is a while back I was being asked, how do you do your research? What's your process? I went into it a little bit on one of the calls the other day when I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. But I thought, you know what? It's been a while since I kind of showed somebody like the deeper side of what you can do and the information that you can get. So obviously I've shown you guys whale wisdom before, but I haven't shown you things like data Roma and Quiverquant and a few others that we're going to look at today. And we're going to do that, and we're going to look into Amazon and also Alibaba. So this is the first site, Data Roma, and this has the biggest super investors portfolios on it. So you can look into the biggest super investors in the world, your Michael Burry's, your who's Seth Klarman, your Manish Prabrai, your Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was on here as well before. Yeah, basically the Bill Ackman, Carl Icahn. These are the names that you need to look out for, right? Because these are the people that actually individually, them getting into something or getting out of something can move the market. So first thing we're looking for is literally up here. We're looking for, out of the super investors, is the stock that we're talking about or looking at, are the super investors buying it? So we can see that they are buying Amazon. So that's there. It's in the top 10 most owned stocks by the super investors. The top 10 stocks owned by percentage, we can see that Amazon is 1, 2, 3, 4th. So that means it's very likely that these guys got information that we don't, if it's there. Now, what I always look for is I try and check this once a month, and I always look for something that's just popped up in there that wasn't in there before, because that's a bit of a interesting. And then what you're also looking for is things that move down. So we can see that Apple used to be up at the top, but that has moved down. So top big bets, again, helps you here because you can see the max percentage someone's got in their portfolio of that stock and the amount of super investors that have got it. So we can see the thing leading the way is Berkshire Hathaway, Carvana. There's 3 people that have got it. The maximum amount of their portfolio is 51%. And then we can see the one that everyone's got is Microsoft. So that for me then suggests that I probably should have Microsoft in my portfolio. If I was debating between Microsoft, Google, Amazon, if 38 of the super investors have got it in their portfolio, you probably want to have it too. So then we're looking at the top 10 buys in the last quarter. So we can see Alibaba is in the top 10 buys of the last quarter, but Amazon isn't. So again, this is now kind of like, okay, so we've got 1 point to Amazon, 2 points to Amazon. It's not in this area. And then 1 point to Alibaba. And top 10 buys last quarter by percentage, another point to Alibaba. So we can see Alibaba here is catching up in terms of what the super investors are doing. So top 10 buys in the last 2 quarters. Again, Amazon's back there again. And then top 10 buys in the last 2 quarters by percentage. You can see Amazon isn't there. But what is interesting is what we would do is we'd look into some of these companies that are there. So who the hell is Warrior Met Coal? Who the hell is Shift 4 Payments? We would then go and look into them. But today's episode is about Amazon and Alibaba. So let's just go with Alibaba first. So we'll open this up in a new tab. Okay, there's, as you can see, there's loads of juicy information here on this website. Again, it's dataroma.com. 5% of greater holdings in the near 52-week low. We can see last significant insider buys of super investors. So this is where they already own it and then they've bought more stock in it. So cool. So let's go and have a look at what's cracking with Alibaba in regards to super investors. So when we scroll down here, so the ownership count is 10, ownership rank is 25, so it's not that great. The average hold price that they're getting in at is $71. And then we can see here the different investors, the percentage of their portfolio that it is, and we can see their activity. So this is how I spotted GameStop before anyone was talking about it, was exactly this process. This is how I got into GameStop at $8, but then we got out at 16 because we was like, oh, it's 100%. So we didn't know all the rest of this stuff was going to happen. It's documented on YouTube that happened. So next, we can see with Alibaba, Michael Burry, the guy that called GameStop first, he actually increased his portfolio in Alibaba by 66%. We've got David Tepper, increased it by 158%. That shows me that as a super investor, his team knows something's gone on there. Just gonna mute you there. There we go. Cool. So then now what we would do is we would now pull up Amazon and check the behavior there of what's happened with these super investors on Amazon. So let's just pull that up now. Okay, cool. Ownership count 23, ownership rank 5. So way higher. Percentage of all portfolios 1.97. But we can see that there's been some insider selling there on Amazon. And again, look, we can see loads of people who've been reducing their positions on Amazon. Is that because they've taken some profit? So then we have to go and look at the chart and ask ourselves, okay, has it been doing a Mazza as a reason why maybe they've taken some profit? And when we look at it, and again, this is why I always say to people, when you go to this website, please note. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it doing that? Yeah, please note when we've come to this website, what time frame is it basically showing? It's not showing, like, it's not super zoomed in on the dailies like this. It's zoomed out to give you context, because that's the way you want to look. So we can see here, Amazon's been on a tear since December and January, right? So if people are getting out now, you can kind of understand, because they were in at 85, right? So they've basically done 100% in a year on it. So if you've done 100% and you're an institution and you've got a value of, let's see, with this guy here, 87 million, or these guys here at Pollen Capital Management, where they've got
6.2 billion.
No. Oh yeah. 6.2 billion, right? Taking 5% profit after you've done 100%, you know, it's kind of acceptable. So let's go and look at these guys at Pollen Capital, and then we can see when they bought Amazon. If they bought Amazon all that while back, then it kind of makes sense that they've sold. So you can see all their holdings, all the things that they've got, their entire portfolio, and then you can see their activity. So as long as these guys haven't started charging for the premium. So how I spotted the GameStop situation is because I noticed that Michael Burry was buying GameStop for 4 quarters, and I was like, what is going on? Why is he so obsessed with this? What's going on here? So again, look, 2024. So we said that spike, if they would have done 100%, they're reducing Julian Loki. That's very interesting. But anyway, we can see, look at all this profit taking. Crazy amounts of profit taking. These guys are what create the candles in the chart, pretty much. These kind of moves of them taking 3%, 2% out of their positions. Because what you have to understand is they're not holding small amounts. Look, Microsoft, they bought 2 million shares. Like they sold of Amazon, they sold 1.1 million shares of Amazon in the last quarter. But again, we're trying to see if they were buying in 2023. Wow, look at these ads. Oh, no, it doesn't quite show them buying Amazon early 2023. Let's just make sure. Q3 2023. Okay, so Q2 2023. So this is around the time that it's Q1 2023. Okay, here we go. Q1 2023. What happened? They bought 9 million shares of Amazon in Q1 2023. All right. So you bought 9 million shares in Q1 2023. And let's go to TradingView. Once you understand this, you start understanding, okay, this is probably why there might have been a dip, because this super investor has just taken profit. Let's just load it up.
And that is the game. The real game.
Real game. Don't be listening to what you're like. Yes, the news is great, but actually seeing when an investor bought into something and when they sold and their actual gain on it lets you know, okay, let me listen to what the media is saying. Is the media chatting absolute nonsense when it comes to this? Are they saying that the stock has gone down because of this new manufacturing process that's changed, or whatever excuse they want to give? Or has it gone down because one of the biggest investors has just sold 8 million shares? So yeah, we were saying the key area here is January 2023, right? So we can see if they bought
I don't
9
think your
million
screen
shares.
is sharing. Can't see your screen.
If they bought 9 million shares of Amazon at $85 in January 2023, which we can see they bought in the first quarter, right now they are up 123%. So if you got 9 million shares, someone ask ChatGPT, or let's do the maths right now. So 9 million shares at, let's call it $82. Someone does that maths for us. Go on, racing to get that answer. Yeah, Kish, you're silent there, buddy.
Yeah, probably would help if my mic was on, right? $82, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
That's 738 million.
738 million they had, and it went up by 100 and what percent? 100 and let's call it 111%. So
Yeah.
let's call it 100%, right? If you've just turned 700 million into 1.5 B in a year, are you taking some profit?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you are. That's a big flip.
Because they have such a large portfolio, even the profit taking that they're doing, that short, small part 5% play is nothing compared to their holdings. But if you look at it in terms of if you look at it from their total assets that they're holding, they're taking 5 here, 5 there, 2 there, 1 there, and all of a sudden they've taken a huge killing.
Mm-hmm. This is the kind of inside and on the deeper understanding of the game that I want people to have and to really understand. Like, this is how these guys play. And remember, let's just go to let's pick one of the most famous ones on here. Let's go with Carl Icahn. Let's go with him, and we'll go with Bill and Melinda Gates, because they've been in a lot of trouble recently because of the divorce. And Melinda now saying she wants nothing to do with my guy. She got her back.
Why.
She got her back. Well, you can see the reductions aren't crazy. 15 billion in that portfolio, and reducing it by.
We're still on the same screen.
Oh. There it goes. Is it there now? Show the ad.
Should be. Let's get this ad out.
Yo, it is not. Let me try to.
This ad is a solid ad.
How?
Google ad service, guys.
So we can see from this $15 billion that they've got in Microsoft, they reduced it by 4%. Now, 4% of $15 billion, that's a lot of money. Now, when you're taking that kind of money, are you just letting it sit in cash? No. No, you're not. That's got to go somewhere. And this is where we get volatility. So let's go and look at Carl Icahn. Oh, this ad, man. Yeah, this ad has been savage. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Carl Icahn, total portfolio value, 11 billion. What's he been doing? What's he been chopping and buying? And again, look at this big move here. We need to be checking out international flavors and fragrances, because Carl Icahn is 4x his position. Why? Wagwan. What's so special about international flowers and fragrances? Why are you doubling that, like going crazy like that? It's still not a massive part of his portfolio, though. It's still only 2% of his portfolio. So yes, he's gone crazy on it, but in the grand scheme of things, he hasn't. So let's go to the next one.
You can't lose with these types of allocations and these types of ins and outflows. You can't lose. It looks really conservative, but it's the long game.
Yep. So that's that side of Amazon and thingy. So now we'll go into one of my favorite ones, which is Quiver Quant. One of my faves. Now, Quiver Quant, what we can do is we can see, well, normally you can see patents, you can see insider trading, you can see CEO flight patterns, all sorts of stuff. Here we go. Look. So let's go and have a look at some patterns.
CEO flight patterns. That's crazy.
Yeah, all the jet flights are on public record.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
last year, pattern by Amazon, data processing systems for methods specially adapted for administrative, commercial, electrical, digital processing. Okay, here we go. Look at all these new patterns that they got. Services for enabling use. So this is how in 2019 we saw all this metaverse stuff. We saw that Apple had a Vision Pro headset coming because we saw the pattern on Quivicon. So services for enabling users to share information regarding e-commerce transactions via user-created communities. Interesting. Automatically initiating product replenishment. That's going to be something with robots. Services for enabling users to share information regarding e-commerce transactions. System for implementing a performance-based customer referral program. Payment service capable of being integrated with merchant sites. Recommendation based on items viewed during a current browsing session. Expect that on your Amazon. Network-based system capable of generating code for adding payment objects to pages of external sites. Let's see if we can see anything juicy here. Wow, that's crazy. Payment service that applies user-specified rules to divide payment amounts among multiple payment instruments. So you can be able to pay for things on Amazon with crypto, cash, and something else. And you know what's crazy about this? That was paying in 2013.
yeah.
Those ones aren't even new. So let's go Alibaba. I'll have to sign in. Okay, let me sign in. And just join. Get a brand new account. Yeah. Oh, I could have just signed up with Google.
Yeah, I saw that, but yeah, I thought I'd let you do a thing. Because yeah.
Let's go back to it. Oh, it's already registered. Okay. Sign in. Oh, there we go. Okay, boom. Okay, so here we can see Congress trading. We can see what politicians are trading and buying what.
Yeah.
We can see the hot strategies. So what was we looking for? We was looking for Alibaba.
Patents.
Yeah. Okay, so politicians are selling. The last politician to buy was buying Alibaba in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Whale activity is fairly green, not too bad. No recent insider trading for Alibaba. US patterns, method apparatus and systems for monitoring network connectivity status of a network device. Processing unit electronic device, security control method, network management, communication method.
This is all this year. That's all this month.
Wow, methods for palette prediction. Method and apparatus for generating video fingerprint. Face pose estimation. three-dimensional face reconstruction method apparatus, an electronic device. Don't know what Alibaba's doing with that. Method and system for distributed neural network training. That's a blockchain. Corporate lobbying, what they've been paying the US government for. So they've been lobbying for financial institution, investment securities, health. So they've been lobbying for health and tourism, which is interesting.
Have you noticed how a lot of those use AI, blockchain, or big data, but there's no mention of those three words?
Yep.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Patents are definitely going to be vague, but cover a wide range of different things because that's just the nature of patents. It's either that or they're really, really, really specific.
In terms of like mentions on Wall Street's bets, been pretty quiet there. Yeah, there was a mention of it on the 24th. So we can see there was a bit of a spike on Alibaba last week. So there's some rumblings on Wall Street bets. When we go over here, more lobbying. So they're still consistent with their lobbying. They're just sending these politicians peas. Then CNBC, Guy Adani keeps talking about it. Still the same top ETF holdings. Okay. So there, we didn't find much on QuiverQuant about Alibaba, apart from all the facial recognition stuff that they're doing. So that's interesting. So let's go and now look at Amazon on QuiverQuant. What have we got? Got an amazing smart score. Wow, 1,960 increased. Wow, massive insider trading there. Q1.
Wow.
Congress trading.
It's not surprised that there's not really a big surprise that there are insider trading because they get discounted shares.
Yeah. And if it's done 100% and you got undiscounted shares,
Yeah.
Oh, government contracts, Department of the State. Let's open up what that one is. Environmental Protection Agency was. Oh, that's in 2020. Yeah, they haven't gotten any new patents since 2017. Socials, no crazy activity. If anything, the activity's gone down. The Vanguard has 51 billion of Amazon shares twice. It's got 41 in that other trust, 16 billion in this trust. So you can pretty much see, and 1.9 billion in this one. So you can kind of see Vanguard's pretty bullish on Amazon. Okay, cool. So you can see that we did a bit of a dive there. So let's now go to the next site that I use in this journey when we're looking, when we're researching. So we will go to, we've got bar chart, Barron's, the Fly, and ETFDB, and tip ranks. So we'll go, let's go. Oh, this is the patents. Let me just load these websites up. ETF.db. We've got Barron's, which I don't use that much. Tip ranks I do use. This is really good. And then Crunchbase if you're trying to see what acquisitions they've got going. We might be able to get it on the. I swear we've got a paid version of Crunchbase on one of these. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go back to sharing my screen. So we did data Roma. So now gotta do these ones. So tip ranks and macro trends is the other one. Macro trends. Okay, so let's just first look at what their government contracts for. Amazon has got a government contract for, oh, it's only 11K for a special computer for the government. Okay. Interesting. That's a bit of a weird one. Random 11K. All right. Because Amazon needs 11K for something. Like, all right. All right. So this is Tip Ranks, one of my favorite websites to go on to for research. So again, what we'll do is we'll type in the name of the company. Let's just go to the search bar. Why I like this is because this puts all the analysts on there. So you can actually search things by the analysts. And this gives you like a deeper understanding of what the analysts are expecting. So in terms of like prices of where you're expecting things to go, this is what it says. So the analysts are rating Amazon 42. So 42 of the analysts on this platform are saying Amazon is a buy. Their forecast is for it to go to $246, which is 22% upside. So it's not, I believe. So it's not a crazy thing. Yeah. So when you got the full premium version, you can see their price target, you can see their position, and what they're thinking is going to happen. Yeah. And then you can see the trends of, and this is the bit that I like to look at, is what's happening with the trend of what the analysts are thinking. Yeah. And then you got way more. Yeah. You got stock analysis. Got all the news. You got why. So this is the bit. This is why this is key. So the bulls are saying Amazon's advertising services are outperforming competitors, showing strong revenue growth and expanding market share. Amazon Web Services continue to be the most valuable businesses for Amazon, contributing substantially to the company's profit. US e-commerce industry is expected to grow significantly. The Amazon still leading, having the potential to capture more market share. In terms of the bears, which we know there is no negative analysts on this at the moment. Increased capital expenditures are forecasted, particularly in AWS for AI capabilities, which may impact margins. Well, if they're spending more on AI, that's only a good thing. Market competition, potential risks include supply chain disruptions, tight labor market, inflation, and slowing consumer spending, which could impact growth and profitability. Kind of hear that, not fully. Yeah,
that's a generic one.
Yeah, bad generic. Revenue guidance for the upcoming quarter's revenue fell slightly below expectations, potentially signaling slower growth ahead. So I hate when they do this, analysts, where they're like, oh yeah, the CEO said that they might make not that much money the next quarter. Well, at least he's said that. At least he's been honest rather than lying and then it dipping. And it's not like he said it's going to lose loads of money. It's like he's expecting a dip of like 2%. But yeah. So this is Amazon's earnings at the moment. So we can see that this is where it's very obviously 2022 did a mazza. Profit margins was 60%. Right now they're 5%. So 2022 was bonkers for them on that. Then they've also got the analysis on the TA from pro analysts. And again, all saying strong buy. So this is where it's great. Then if you want more detail, you got a risk analysis. You've even got their website traffic there. And obviously, if it's a stock, you want the website traffic to be going up. Again, you can get detailed there. I think that's free. Let's just double check. Again, the best analyst covering it has got 91% success rate in things that he's suggested. 29 and 32 ratings generated profit. So these are all like analysts like directly exposing themselves and like putting their names to what they're saying, and then they get like a score of how consistent their results actually are, which is amazing. So let's just quickly look at if those other tabs opened. I'm not too sure if they would have, but let's have a look. The website traffic chart, e-commerce competitors and how they're doing, the website growth. So Amazon's website growth is actually down 25%, which is interesting to see. And then you can see on the paid one, you can see quarter-to-quarter growth and year-to-date growth, user geography breakdown. So you can see how all of this extra juice and alpha is mad. So this again is analysis on the TA. This is just for today, but we want to see for a month because we're long-term investors. So we can see overall consensus, strong buy on the TA. Moving average consensus, strong buy. Like 10 over 0. So pretty happy with that. If you wanted to, you could, even if you was a day trader, I'm not suggesting you do this, you could literally go onto this for the week and get a gauge of where the top analysts are thinking which way you should be trading the market, which is pretty cool. Gives you all the info on the moving averages, everything that you need is there. Cool. So now let's go do that for Alibaba. Okay, strong buy, 17 ratings from 103 to 124 is the highest price target on that. Recommendation trends, what's happening with it? It's not really going up. It's going down month by month there. In the current month, Alibaba has received 26 buy ratings, 7 hold ratings. Financial forecast, they're expecting it to go up, but not by a crazy amount. So then we will go to the technicals. But yeah, mid, everything is mid there on the, oh, that's the day. We're looking for the monthly. Yeah, just straight in comparison to Amazon, just nowhere near.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving averages again, nowhere near. So yeah, from this information here, I'm gonna say that yeah, it's just not really even competing on that. So let's see what they say. Cloud computing growth. Alibaba's cloud business is experiencing quality growth with expanding margins as a result of improved product mix and operational efficiency. Okay. Alibaba's investment in user experience and domestic business expansion has led to solid GMV growth and international commerce retail revenue, indicating potential for continued market share gains. Maybe the company's repurchase of shares and the approval of a significant dividend reflect commitment to enhancing shareholder returns. Okay. I didn't know Alibaba was doing a dividend. That might get a bit of retail and potentially Chinese retail to start buying it, which is kind of powerful. The magnitude of the price cut may pressure Alibaba's cloud margin. Fair enough. Analyst lowers non-GAAP net profit forecast for the next year, citing continued investments to reignite growth. Intense competition in China's e-commerce space remains. Obviously, that's because of people like Shine coming into the space. But this is what you can't ignore. This is what you cannot ignore. Nobody can ignore this. Look at this profit margin change. 7% to 81%.
Oh.
61 billion earnings, net income, to 709 billion. So
they've done a big swap with Amazon, right?
Yep. Something happened last year and 2023, like March 2023, around that time, Alibaba's stock should have been pumping. Let's go, because guys, look, just look, 61 billion to 700 billion in a year. How can you say that's a shit company? Let's go and have a look what the chart said about Alibaba. And if Alibaba may have just not, maybe the American retail might not have clocked yet. Or it might be a little bit of a geopolitical thing where Alibaba, big funds in the US just aren't investing. Because when we look at it, based on those results that I just showed you, should the chart be doing this?
We've got to swap your screen.
When you see it in comparison to those results, this is Alibaba's chart right now on the weekly. Even if you don't understand anything, you know, why is this thing getting battered?
Yeah,
Getting destroyed
suppression.
when its earnings are bonkers. Yeah, the last 2 quarters, the earnings haven't been great. When you look overall, into reporting them different here, to be fair. That is very interesting that it's been reported differently.
Yeah, the margins look way smaller.
It's the same company.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Interesting.
there we have it. The information is different depending on where you get it from. Which revenue 868 in 2023. And then when I go here,
You have to reshare.
when I go here, revenue is yeah, that isn't the same.
That is not the same. Is that just on? Nice, yeah. Because
Okay.
it'll be on multiple markets, but this is the New York Stock Exchange.
Just because it's wrong in 2 places, I'm just going to say that I made a mistake. Probably didn't, but I'm just going to say that I made a mistake for this one. Anyway, so
Isn't this just the New York Stock Exchange?
this one. Oh, Alibaba just listed on New York, and okay, I get you. So
Yeah,
trading is just the New York Stock Exchange, Alibaba.
because it says NYSE next to it. Yeah, this must be the Alibaba on the New York Stock Exchange, and what it's done, no?
Yeah, and then the one we was looking at is like overall. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, so let me show you the other site that I would use. So we've got macro trends. So again, type in the name of the company. And this is where you can get, if you understand all the juice, this is where you can do it yourself. You can dive through company. Is on. Or we'll just go revenue, for example. Boom. And it's just laid out for you, plain and simple and clear. Amazon revenue up 12%. 12 months. You can see it on all the different things, the assets and the liabilities, keeping it super simple. Amazon total assets, 527 billion in 2023, increase of 14%. Amazon assets, 530 billion, increase of 14%. Simple. Long-term debt, 58 billion. There's a 14% decline in their debt. Looks good to me. Cool. So this is the website that I use to just check something really quickly on like how it's doing as a business, just those core business numbers and facts. So let's look at Alibaba. So Alibaba revenue for the quarter ending December, 2% increase. For the 12 months ending December 31 was 130. But wait, let me compare this directly to Amazon.
Mm.
That would help. Cool. So Amazon revenue for the quarter ending recently is 143 billion, 12% increase. Alibaba's 36%, 2% increase. When we look at Alibaba revenue for 12 months, it's 130 billion, 1% increase. There they are, 590 billion, 12% increase. All right, cool. Yeah, they're on smoke. So then we go to net income, the actual profit. Okay, so Alibaba net income for the last quarter, 2 billion, a 70% decline. Amazon net income, most recent quarter, 228% increase. Amazon net income for the 12 months, 777.6 increase year over year. Yeah, it's not even competition.
No, it's not. They're in two different complete brackets. In the same lanes, but completely different brackets.
Amazon's moving like a Rolls Royce Cullinan, and
Yeah.
bloody freaking he's moving like a Toyota Cruiser. Alibaba.
What about to say Camry?
Yeah, it's a shame for them. It's a shame for them.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! So yeah, that's what I'll cover there. I just want to cover one final thing that I showed to some people. Actually, no, I'll say that's dojo only. Yeah, options chain bit.
Yeah,
So
we've done a lot on this. I mean, for
yeah,
the game, bro, this is more than enough.
yeah. I figured. So yeah, just looking at this chart on Alibaba, I really like that support line. I'm not gonna lie. Just here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta go flip the screen back.
So it's not been added to my portfolio yet. It's just something I'm just keeping an eye on. I just like it here, and that's the monthly. Bear in mind,
Yeah.
all these order blocks, all this support. Just like it. RSI is mad high, considering it only went up by like a few percent.
Yeah.
On Alibaba, but let's see Amazon. Now Amazon's a whole different story. You can see that we've marked this one up already. Let's take all these off.
Yeah, that's looking like Kilimanjaro.
So you can see that we clearly called a base there. This is in October 2023. And we said, look, green dotted line. We know what green dotted line means. That means that Blockchain Sensei called it as a buy. Blockchain Sensei called it as a buy in one of our episodes. And it appears that the episode is the 3rd of April 2023, and also we called it in 13th of March 2023. So it looks like we were saying buy Amazon around this area here. And if you bought it at that dip to, well, obviously we weren't directly telling you to buy it because we're not financial advisors, but we mentioned it. 135%.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Do I think it's still got legs to go further? Yeah, I think it's got one more leg left in it, to be honest. Amazonas. So yeah, that is that. Let's take some questions.
There's one question in the chat from Alex.
What makes people a secret investor on Data Roma? I'm not actually too sure how they select it. I think it's to do with if you've got a hedge fund that is holding or a fund holding over 10 billion. I think that's what it is. But all of those players do, but you'd have to check into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all I've got in the chat is Kilimanjaro.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Has anyone else got any questions? Hopefully we're taking down those websites. What I would probably suggest is those websites that we looked at, you go and do the same thing for NVIDIA and Coinbase in your own time. See what the analysts are saying, Coinbase and NVIDIA. Yeah, that's what I would say. Cool. Perfecto. So if you've got no questions, let's take the live off. If we can, please.
Yeah. Please.
Thank you everyone for watching on YouTube. Goodbye, see you later.
Salute to everyone. This has been another game, deep game.
Those on the Zoom.